welcome you all here to the Trades Hall in Glasgow to witness the joy of the marriage of Frances Warnock and Donald Morris. Each of you, of course, by simply being here, are playing a special part in today's ceremony. But I must give a big shout out to none other than our wedding party. We have our best men, Donald and Paul, our maid of honour, Leslie, our bridesmaids, Claire and Jenny, and Frances's sons, Thomas and Gregory, who both had the honour of walking her down the aisle today to Donald. So thank you both. And a special mention to our silent best man Brendan today, who although not with us, is and always will be in everyone's thoughts. Today, Frances and Donald have chosen a humanist marriage ceremony because this allows them both to celebrate their relationship in a way that is personal and uniquely special to them both. So no matter what today's ceremony form takes, the principal purpose is the same, is to recognise that they've both found each other and have chosen to marry and to spend their lives together. We are all here today to celebrate the marriage of these two special people, and in doing so, Donald and Frances hope to create an experience that is personal and shows you the joy and love they have for each other. Donald and Frances also added, like tonight, I hope Donald and Frances you're going to have a really big party this evening and celebrating the night away with the closest of family and friends. And so, as it's Frances and Donald's special day, it's only fitting that I share with you their journey, and it really is, ladies and gentlemen, the loveliest of stories. Frances and Donald were both at a stage in their lives where they didn't want to be on their own anymore. They both had great families and lots of friends and very good social lives, but they did crave that someone special in their lives. By chance, they both registered for an online dating site, not expecting anything much to come of it. Frances read Donald's online story and was attracted to him, so sent him a wee hiya message, not expecting a response. However, she got a reply from Donald within a couple of hours, and lo and behold, they hit it off straight away. Donald said he was drawn to Frances's online profile and the story she had put on there, and in particular that she had written, and I quote, "I'm not looking for any nonsense or messing around." Donald told me that he knew right away that at that moment he had found his girl. Over the next couple of weeks they continued to text, often into the wee small hours of the night and early morning, with both of them ending up bleary-eyed for work the next day. By chance, or maybe fate, 2 weeks later, Donald's brother Jerry, who lives in Newcastle, was to be celebrating his 60th birthday in Glasgow, and had invited family and friends from different parts of the country to join them in his birthday celebration weekend. Donald saw this as a chance to have his first face-to-face meeting with Frances, and nervously asked her to meet for a drink when he came to Glasgow, and was really happy when she agreed. So their first actual in-person date was to be at Molly Malone's pub in Glasgow on the 12th of November 2016, at 2:30 to be precise. Of course, as it was Jerry's 60th birthday weekend, Donald thought he would meet her for half an hour, see how it would go, and then Donald would rejoin his brothers, his sister, and all of his friends to continue the celebrations with Jerry. However, the half hour turned into 3.5 hours, without either Donald or Frances realising. Donald then invited Frances to join the family celebrations and went to meet the others. Donald's family all thought he was pulling their leg earlier about going on a date and couldn't believe they knew nothing about it. So picture their surprised faces when Donald arrived with Frances. Frances remembers the nicest part was that she was welcomed into the family, even that early stage, with love and open arms, and has been part of that ever since, of course. Of course, the same happened later in the relationship, when Donald was introduced to Frances's close family and friends. So today, on the 8th of September 2019, they have both been together for 1,030 days, or, put it another way, 2 years, 9 months and 28 days. It's true to say that they are both like a couple of love-struck teenagers, as opposed to two recently retired people. Things moved along at a pace in the relationship, with both Donald and Frances visiting each other regularly. Funnily enough, over the years before they had met, Frances had already travelled many times to Belfast with work to see friends also and family, and Donald had travelled to Glasgow to see a certain East End football team, I'm told. In fact, he travelled a treble amount of times. Of course, that doesn't matter now because they're all together now. And that's what matters to them most. Donald started to think about proposing to Frances, so discussed this first with his son, Donald, and then spoke with Frances's children, Claire, Thomas and Gregory, to get their blessing, which, of course, they did. He proposed to Frances on Saturday, the 9th of June 2018, at 3:10 on Luss Pier in Loch Lomond. Donald's secret plan was to propose at 2:30 p.m, the time when they had their first date together. But it was so busy in Luss that day with the sun shining and tourists everywhere, so it was near impossible to find a quiet spot on the pier. Eventually, after their third walk to the pier, Donald got down on one knee and proposed in front of anyone anyway. Frances, of course, said yes, with all the people around them clapping and shouting their congratulations to them both. Frances and Donald continued their many trips away together, and they've been to Scotland and Ireland, all over the beautiful countries. In fact, when you look at today's table plan, you'll see where you'll be sitting will be named after the places where they've stayed since being together. I asked Frances and Donald to tell me and describe their relationship in 3 words. They said, blessed, inseparable and good crack. Blessed to have found each other regardless of it being later in their life. Inseparable, even with the sea in the middle, they always are close together in their hearts. And good crack, it simply sums them up. Fun and living life to the full. I'm sure that it'll be clear to everyone here today how well that Donald and Frances work together as a team. And I'm sure that you're as delighted as we are that we are all here to celebrate their marriage and the start of the next chapter in their story together. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching online, can you all give a round of applause to Frances and Donald? So I'm now going to share your 3 reasons why you love each other and the one thing that drives you crazy about each other. Our happy couple have sent me these independently and they know nothing of each other's answers, so for the first time, or the second time of course, I'm now going to reveal your answers. So first of all, to you Frances, Donald's 3 reasons why he loves you. Reason number 1, she is the kindest, most caring and most loving person I have ever met, and she's simply my best friend. Reason number 2, she has a wonderful sense of humour and always makes me laugh. And reason number 3, the most important of all, is that Frances doesn't watch any soap operas on TV. Clearly means a lot to you, Donald. But the one thing that does drive Donald mad about Frances is the old chestnut of she never puts the toilet roll back on the toilet roll holder when it's done. And Donald, to you, Frances's 3 reasons why she loves you. Reason number 1. Donald tells me every single day how much he loves you. I hope you've kept that up, Donald. Reason number 2. Donald loves my children, Claire, Thomas and Gregory, as much as I do, and that means the world to me. And of course, I love my stepson, Donald, just as much. And reason number 3. Donald always makes me smile. My life is the best that it's ever been with him in it. But the one thing that drives Frances mad is that Donald is Mr. Maybe, Mr. Don't Know, and Mr. Might. I thought I was bad at making decisions, but this man takes it to a whole new level. I mean, why do things straight away and make decisions when you can procrastinate for a few days before you do? Frances, I do hope, and maybe you could put a comment in, Frances, down the bottom. Can you tell us if Donald's got any better at his decision making? And Donald, can you tell us if Frances has got any better at changing the loo roll after she finishes it? So can you put it in the bottom for me? And keep putting your comments in, guys. These are great tonight. You've got some really great comments, and I'll have a really good look at them later on once we finish the broadcast. Okay. And I thought it would be nice for Donald and Frances to finish off tonight. I'm going to read out your vows again. So I know we can't see and hear you, but I'm going to get you. So maybe you could take a wee selfie of this happening for me, guys, and post it over to me, and I can put it on the chat below here. But if I could get Donald to turn to Frances for a second. And Donald, just like back in September of 2019, can you repeat after me, please, each one of these lines? So I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Donald Morris, solemnly and sincerely declare that I accept you, Frances Warnock, as my lawfully wedded wife. And Frances, could you turn to Donald in your living room, please, and say after me, I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Frances Warnock, solemnly and sincerely declare that I accept you, Donald Morris, as my lawfully wedded husband. Following the declarations made before me, in my living room and in your living room, and just for a bit of fun because you're already legally married, but if you can raise a glass for Donald and Frances, and it gives me a great pleasure for the second time to pronounce them husband and wife. Donald, you may kiss your bride again. Fantastic. Guys, thanks very much. Keep putting the last few comments. I'm just going to ramble on just to tell you what's happening next after this. What did you like? What do you want to see more of? Do you like repeat renditions? Do you want to see me do anything different? I thought the story part's great to share with you. I put a little twist on tonight by doing the vow piece as well. Tell me what you want, and we can have a think about doing that for the next few. Next week will be Stephen Campbell from the Radstone Hotel. That was back in August of 2019.